thank you very much for joining us today, Nicola. I really appreciate it.
You're very welcome.
What I thought was we'll just start with a brief introduction. So obviously you're Nicola Wood and you work for Kent Association for the Blind.
That's right.
And I just wonder, if you could just tell us your job title and sort of what it is that you do, and then we can crack on.
Yeah, most definitely. So hi everyone, I'm Nicola Wood. I'm from Kent Association for the Blind. I've worked here over 3 years now, and I'm in the fundraising team. I'm a fundraising manager, and my area of responsibility is partnerships, working with companies and organisations to help KAB do what it does best. So yeah, that's me.
Excellent. That's good. That's good. And I know one of the main topics that I wanted to talk to you about today, because you contacted me sort of last week and we sort of exchanged a few emails, and I think most people are going to be familiar with sort of resource centres or site centres. And obviously a major kind of downside to that is that you've got to actually physically go to that centre. And I know KAB are working on a project at the moment to create a mobile site centre. So that's what I want to focus on today. And I know there's a few other bits and pieces that KAB do that I'd like to make people aware of as well. But I think you've got a little presentation that might explain a little bit more about this mobile site centre.
Have indeed. I'm just going to share my screen with everybody. Wonderful. Right. So here we go. So this is our image of what we're currently working towards. So Kent Association for the Blind, we are really excited that we are going to have a mobile site centre. We plan to have it on the road for next Easter, and we're currently just wanting to talk to lots of companies and organisations and people about our aspirations. And this is what it potentially could look like. We hope to have sponsors on board and their names on the side. And so we're working with different companies to get that to happen. So the mobile site centre is going to be reaching the county of Kent. As we know, it's a large county, and we believe that there are about 4,500 people that we haven't reached, that we don't reach on a regular basis, and we want to make sure that we get out to these people. So so that's kind of the aim. So Kent is such a large county, and that's our aim. But just to give you a bit of background on Kent Association for the Blind, we very much believe that everyone who has a sight impairment should be able to live a fulfilled and safe life. We, on a day-to-day basis, our teams go out and do that in the county. And this year is our centenary. What a great year to have your centenary. But we had lots of events planned, but we hope to still have that, a lot of those still going on next year. So watch this space and follow us on our social media and on our websites as well. And so that's on that side of things. From a vehicle point of view, it will have ramps. It will be fully accessible, and we are looking to work with organisations, different assisted technology companies, to equip the vehicle out. So we are currently having chats to everybody from that side of things. Here's the lovely Fran, who works for Kent Association for the Blind, and we want the vehicle to have lots of different samples of different equipment for different companies, different price ranges, and to go out to the people of the county. Our site centres are in Canterbury, Maidstone and Bromley, but as we know, Kent is huge, and so to have the vehicle going out to them in their areas, in their communities, to their houses, to their village squares, is the aim, as well as events, things. Hopefully we get back to some normality in the future, but to go out to county fairs, to like the Kent festivals and the county shows. So going out to schools, so because KAB is very much about prevention as well, so this will help us to educate people of how to look after their eyes, how to live a healthy lifestyle. As we know, 50% of sight loss is avoidable, and so we're very much about helping people to understand how they can do that. And through the lockdown period, we've been working with companies to help them educate their employees as well, and for all of us to think about, you know, what we do on a day-to-day basis.
Brilliant.
Just to throw in that we've got the lovely Amar Latif from telly.
I recognise him.
Some of your viewers may have seen him on Celebrity Masterchef this year, but he is on board. He fully supports what we're doing, and hopefully he will be at the launch event that we have in the new year. And yeah, as he says, he knows firsthand how important it is for members of the vision community to be able to achieve independence, and the staff will demonstrate gadgets and equipment, and so people will feel more confident doing the things they love. So yeah, it's great to have him on board, and he's an inspiration to us all. So yeah, that's Amar. And yeah, so there's all different ways people can get involved. I think the main thing is, if anyone would like to know more information, please do get in touch. My email address is nicola.wood@kab.org.uk. If anyone has any questions about what I talk about today, by all means get in touch. If anyone would like to donate, go to our website and type in Mobile Centre appeal, and that would be amazing. Anything to contribute to some of the equipment that we would need on board. So yeah, that's the kind of things. As you can see, there's a whole range of price points for different things we need, but every penny certainly counts. So we appreciate anyone's support with that. We're also talking to companies, as I say, about sponsorship opportunities, and if anyone is involved in a company and would like to have the branding, their company name along the side of the vehicle, then we would love to talk to you. And yeah, basically with all your help, we can carry on doing what we do best, but reaching more people. So that's kind of where we're at from that side of things.
So with regard, so obviously you're sort of fundraising at the moment. How close are you to, I mean, yeah, how much money are you looking to sort of raise, and where are you at the moment?
So we've currently raised over 50,000, which is fantastic. And we have some other applications that we're just waiting decisions on. But with KAB support, with the appeal, I think we need 103,000, but that includes purchasing equipment, and that's why we're out currently talking to organisations to see if the more that we can get either loaned to us or donated, then obviously that figure will come down. So yeah, but it's a reality, and it is going to happen. So that's great.
That's fantastic. I think it's such a good idea, because I know, sort of having been in the industry for so long, I think, like I said at the start, I think one of the biggest challenges with sort of assistive technology, whatever that may be, is people actually hearing about it. And if the only option is for somebody to actually say, go to an organisation, it's unlikely that just kind of regular folk in the street, unless they're kind of referred, they may not be aware of this kind of technology, and may not even be aware of places like KAB. And I think it's important, because I know obviously things like this, sort of these mobile site centres of other societies or other organisations have got them, and I think they've been fantastic, because, as you say, you can literally go anywhere. So sort of villages, marketplaces, sort of shopping centres and things. And I think it's a great thing, because certainly for us, a lot of the people that we deal with sort of day in, day out, when we're talking about somebody that's new to assistive technology, if it's not the individual themselves, it's usually either a friend, a relative, or a neighbour. And maybe they're looking to try and help them, and they don't necessarily maybe know the keywords that they need to put into Google, or maybe they want to get hands-on with it. Yeah. And I think something like this is it would be a massive help to people.
That's it.
So yeah.
And the staff on board will be trained to be able to, to help people fully understand what the different equipment does. And we can also, through the magic of technology, we can always do live links through to the different companies to help people be demonstrated, even if the person isn't there in the vehicle at the time. So yeah, there's ways and means, most definitely.
Yeah, I think that's a great idea. I know we had a little bit of a chat before this, and I think that's fantastic. So if somebody was there and maybe the person, showing the equipment, they weren't so sure of it, or they had some questions, being able to use technology like we are now, I think this whole kind of period's really kind of educated us all. I mean, it's strange really when you think about it, that it's not kind of new technology. Hello. Oh, sorry, I don't know what happened there. There we go. Well, I'm back. I'll start again. Yeah, I think it's kind of interesting these times, because this sort of video calls and so on, it's not like a new thing. It's been around for a while, but it's just we've not been forced into a situation where we've needed to, and obviously now we are doing. But I think that sort of the silver lining for organisations like yourselves is this thing where you can help people remotely. Again, we're having to do quite a few sort of videos with people. I think having that capability within a mobile unit, I think that is a really, really good. I've not heard of anybody doing that, and I think that's a really good move.
That's it.
So
no, we're really excited, I must admit.
Excellent. And I guess also maybe with social distancing, with the sort of if the rules are relaxed somewhat, we're in a full kind of lockdown now, but if you were out and about, you could talk to people while they are kind of there, you're 2 meters apart, so you can, so I guess it's kind of COVID friendly as well, maybe.
Yeah, that's it. And we'll have the benefit of having the gazebo outside, so you're in the fresh air a little bit as well if needed. I mean, obviously people can come on board as well, but we can do appointments, and so people are spaced out apart, and and if we need to sort of do cleansing in between, we can make sure it's COVID secure. So I think it's a really important time to be able to go out to the most vulnerable people in our community and people that need our support, because it's not easy to get on public transport as well and make their way to the city centres where we're based. So I think it's important.
Definitely. And that's the thing, I think, because so many of these things, like I was saying before, because it's very difficult to actually physically go and see something. And it's okay, say for somebody like us, maybe we could send a product out, but if you can actually be shown it by somebody before you get to that point, I think that's a great thing. And I know you did allude to this during your presentation there, but Kent is it's a very big area. And although obviously you've got the multiple locations, there's bound to be places where, it's just not practical for people to get to. I guess it's almost like a learned sort of thing from the mobile libraries. I know one of my great grandmas that used to live in a village, they always used to have a mobile library come out. So it's the same kind of thing, but difference being the technology that you've got on there in theory could change people's lives. So no, I think that's fantastic.
No, we're really pleased, and say it's great to have different people on board, and really welcome anyone's views of any ideas of things that we could put on there as well that they think is needed. So we'd love feedback.
Excellent. And what I'll do is I'll put a link sort of in the notes to do with the text to donation, the text number and so on. We'll get that afterwards so that people can kind of donate, because as you say, every penny counts, kind of thing. But I know Ken, one of the things I did want to talk to you about, because again you sort of mentioned it before, and I know KAB are quite proactive in sort of fundraising, and there was like an event that you mentioned. There was I think she's a member or part of the community called Kate, and she's cycled all the way on a tandem, not only from John O'Groats down to Land's End, but also she was going sort of, she was coming back across to Kent. Is that right?
So then she didn't just do the length of the country, she then did the breadth as well. So she cycled so John O'Groats to Land's End, then across to Margate to North Foreland, which is the most easterly point, and then back into Maidstone to our site centre. And she's raised I think she's raised nigh on £5,000. I think she's just trying to get to her £5,000 mark. But Kate is visually impaired. She's a trustee of KAB. She is a fantastic ambassador for our charity, and we're so proud of her and her husband, a wonderful husband, who was cycling with her over 20 days. They did that, and she also just done the London Marathon virtually for us as well. And I think she's still planning on doing a sponsored walk at some point, COVID allowing. But there's definitely no stopping her. She's awesome.
Well, that's the thing. It's crazy when you told me that, because I'm quite a keen cyclist myself, although you wouldn't think of it looking at the size of me. But we also, me and my family, we've got a tandem, so I'm kind of familiar with how it works. And I just can't imagine riding that kind of distance. I think I know people do these crazy things, but that's just seemed, yeah, massive. But I mean, what? Yeah, I'm just kind of curious. Do you know, was she like an athlete before this, or like, is this a new thing, or?
She's always been an avid cyclist, and yeah, I'm sure she won't mind me saying, because it's on a video on our Facebook page and YouTube as well. But Kate had a cycling accident, and that's when damage was done to her her eyesight, and but she was so keen to get back on the bike. But she's always, I think she's always been very much into her fitness, but I think it's kept her going now. And yeah, she's such a focused character, and it just shows whatever barriers are put in front of you, you can overcome them. And she certainly stands for that. So
no, that's
yeah.
good. It's inspiring to hear all these sort of things. So no, that's excellent. Maybe we need to get a video with her at some point.
I think so. Yeah, she's been doing lots of interviews all over the place, so she's become a little star. I think she's done some magazine articles as well. So
oh wow, no, that's good. That's good. And you did touch on it, but I just want to make it sort of notes in the video. So this is your centenary year. So you've been around for 100 years, and I know there was a plan to do kind of 100 events, and obviously that's not necessarily been able to happen. But that's an incredible achievement for an organisation to be around for that long. I know we haven't been around for that long. So yeah, wow. Are there any original staff?
No, but there are definitely people that have been there a long time, and people that we're in touch with that have been around, have had people in their family that we've supported, and we've got some wonderful archive footage. And if anyone does have time to like our Facebook page, you can, if you go back onto some of our previous posts during this year, there's been some really, really interesting articles about different things of when we've started, and also how things were worded, and not very PC, I would say, in those days, but just some really interesting things that different. In Ramsgate, we had a holiday home where people that were blind could come for holidays, and lots of quite groundbreaking stuff for its day. But it's, again, a look up through our website as well. There's a timeline of all different things that have happened in the different decades as we sort of built up to our centenary. So it's a bit of a shame it hasn't quite gone to plan, but it just gives us an opportunity next year to celebrate again. And albeit that we've done lots of things virtually this year, we do hope that we get to actually get out in the fresh air and do some celebrating with our community, which will be fab.
Excellent. No, I look forward to it. I think that's the thing. Everybody's kind of sort of written this year off, but it's not a problem. We just delay it for a year, and then we can have our fun next year.
Exactly.
Excellent. Well, thank you very much. I really appreciate your time, and really interesting stuff. I know we work sort of closely with KAB, and we're always interested in knowing what's going on. But I think this Mobile Sight Centre, I think that's like I say, that's a great thing. And I think it's interesting because, of course, that I can't remember the exact figure that you were saying, but you said about, you'd sort of seen that you probably are missing sort of around 4,500, and I wonder sort of if other societies have done sort of similar calculations. And it's very difficult because it's always a topic of conversation when I'm talking to organisations of how they're actually going to reach those people. And I think it's always the thing of traditional things, and maybe even sort of modern things of social media and so on, and trying to reach out. But I think that's having a mobile sight centre is a real proactive approach, and I think all credit. I think that's brilliant. I think it's a really good idea.
Thank you. Well, we say we're excited, and let's hope Easter time it's on the road, and we can start getting across to see everybody.
Excellent, fantastic. Right, I shall shoot off. I'll let you carry on with your day. Have a great weekend.
Thank you very much.
And we will speak soon.
Lovely, thank you.
Take care. Bye-bye.
Bye.